Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Harry Perryman is officially a Magpie, transferring over from GWS. No picks required, as is an unrestricted free agent, which is a huge coup for Collingwood, who just don't have any picks to afford to give away right now. Perryman is around that 25 to 26-year-old mark, played as a half-backman for GWS over the last couple of years. He's coming to Collingwood with the idea that he'll be getting midfield time, and that's why he's elected to go Collingwood in lieu of someone like Port, who offered him a massive contract. He's a long-time Collingwood fan growing up, so that sort of works in our favour. But ultimately, it's the idea and the, I guess, fantasy of being in the midfield with Nick Dacos, Pendlebury, DeGoey, and doing a lot of Collingwood's dirty work, I would imagine. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to break down a game from this year that Perryman played for against Brisbane. It was a game he got coaches' votes, but bear in mind, this is a different position that Perryman will be playing for Collingwood, but we'll get a bit of a feel for what to expect from someone like Perryman when he comes over to Collingwood. Just bear with me. I need to turn on. So we'll go clip by clip and break down what we're seeing from Mr. Harry Perryman. So let's add this to stage.
Work to do, Lockie Ash.
All right,
He's now got some work to do, Lockie Ash. Got support from Whitfield.
There's Perryman
Under
there.
a little bit of pressure, the clearing kick.
A little bit of
Perryman
a
well done, Leicester. And now Gardner. He's picked out Charlie Cameron, and Charlie to the corridor.
So I will say, guys, just quickly, that a lot of, like, this is an extended highlight video. So you're going to see the good, the bad, and ugly. And to be honest, the first three touches from Perryman aren't great. So we're gonna roll with it, okay? So no punches pulled here.
This kick's got to be good through a couple of legs. Getting back Buckley.
There he is again, number 36.
Support from Perryman. Eric Hepwood laid a really good tackle. That was clever. Somehow got boot to ball, but like slalom poles. He kicks to Fletcher. Play on, said the umpire. It comes back to Fletcher. He bends towards goal.
It was a nice little pick up there from Perryman in the D50, but his hands went directly to the opposition. So a bit of a sloppy start from Perryman, to be brutally honest, but this is what we need to do. We need to see everything that we're going to get from the man.
Handled it nicely. Sharp handle to Perryman.
Feeds it outside.
This is where they can get dangerous to job.
Might even mute this, to be honest. That will be better. Nice nice contested intercept mark there. So let's have a look at that again. On Charlie Cameron. So no easy feat there with one arm, if you don't mind, and looks for an inside pass, keeps the ball and the game rolling, which is what you want. So he typically, from what I've noticed, he plays on your more general forwards in the forward line, smaller, medium-sized. But you'll see in moments like this next video upcoming, he can play tall. So granted, we know we won't be playing in the back line a whole lot, but to have defensive IQ and ability to match across different plays is going to be important. And to be able to play on those bigger bodies will translate into the midfield. Looking at some of his games from earlier years where he played in the midfield in 21, 22, he matches up against the best of the best. He has assignments on Bontempelli in the past, Liberatore. He's a diverse type of hard working type of player. That's the best way I can describe it without giving away too much while watching this. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, so we'll see here, as I just mentioned, does just enough here to impede Hipwood's mark, keeps his feet, stays within the contest, tries to knock it forward, turnover there, but that's okay. Moving on here, Perryman clean below the knees and pulls his kick here. I feel like I'm not sure if that was intentional, but after the fact, it looks quite smart. He doesn't kick it long enough for Harris Andrews to have an impact there. He kicks it short and sort of floats it in the air for it to fall into a space where his forwards can contest and avoid and intercept possession there. So Perryman gets the hands here, looks inside, and he's still moving. He'll probably get the hands here again, which he does. Lowers his eyes, doesn't blast away, and finds a kick that will find its way inside 50, and he was still there for another hand pass. So that is good to see that with the type of player we're going to get. I think with Perryman playing in the midfield, he's going to be that guy who runs backwards while Dacos runs forward. But if he's asked to use the ball well, he can do that. And he has that inside ability and outside, as we can see here. And he's probably built on his outside game a lot over the last 2 years, playing off the half-back line. So I'm really intrigued to see what kind of dynamic Collingwood will get from Harry Perryman when he plays in the midfield. All right, I think we've got a nice goal coming from this moment here. So Perryman really clean, shrugs off that tackle, sells Starcevic, and composes himself and kicks a nice goal inside 50. Now, he's not a prolific goal scorer, even when he was playing in the midfield. I think his best returning year, there was a game earlier where he was playing forward, he kicked 4 or 5 goals. So I'm wondering how he will be deployed within the stoppages in the forward 50 when Collingwood are in there. You know, you've got Jamie Elliott who gets busy, Bobby Hill, Jordan De Goey, Dacos. So I don't imagine Perryman being the first option there, but I think he can sneak his way and sort of sacrifice himself in moments and then find himself free because there's so much emphasis and focus on those other players. So that would be really interesting. But great goal, nevertheless. Really good goal. Perryman gets an intercept here. He looks inside, just miscues it. That's okay. The idea was there. And then he's got it here again for a rebound 50. Looks inside straight away. Once again, sort of just non-nonsense, no nonsense there, hacks it down the line. So we're about halfway through the highlights package right now, and there's lots to like. We can see him on the outside. We can see he's got some defensive IQ. He can play small or tall. His kick goals going forward, rolling in as a halfback flanker there. So he finds ways to float forward. And like I said, just have to bear in mind, this is Harry Perryman playing in the halfback rather than where he's going to be for Collingwood, and that's in the middle. Moving on, taking a kick in here. And I think he's just going to play it safe here, isn't he? Yep. Just plays it long. And really nice intercept read here from Harry Perryman. Really attentive. Really attentive. So I think we're going to get someone who's really switched on and that's really important. And to have someone who has that defensive awareness in the midfield, there's times Collingwood this year have looked vulnerable in transition defensively. I think Perryman is someone who can help alleviate those issues. And he's not necessarily fast, but he covers the ground really well, which is also going to be important. You need an endurance tank if you're going to be playing in the midfield, and I think we can see that here. So he has a shot on goal. I believe this actually results in a goal. Let's see what his set shot routine looks like. This is from 50 as well, by the way. This is from miles out, and he clears that. So definitely no dramas there. That's huge. Okay. And then really nice work on Hipwood there again. So like I said, again, on Eric Hipwood, who is 6'6" at the very least, managed to get a solid fist there and compete in the air. So really nice to see. If Perryman does roll back as a midfielder, he can almost play as that intercepting defender if needed while playing as a midfielder. Moving on. Really clean below the knees there. Gets the hands off Perryman. Really nice. And Perryman here again, just does enough to get the hands out of the contest there. So that's probably an important trait to have as a midfielder. How quickly can you get the ball from your hands out to your teammate? And in that moment there, that was really quick. So that was really impressive. He gets it here again, plays it short, nice and easy, inside 50 there. Lastly, Perryman reads off his man, gets an intercept mark, kicks inside, gives it to his best player. He knows, hey, if Whitfield is on the inside, I'm going to feed him the ball. I'm a good ball user, but Whitfield's a better ball user. It's a team first mentality. Receives it out wide, and I think here he just plays it safe. Look at the clock. The game's iced. He's just going to play boundary, look for a mark there, or at least get a stoppage. He switches out here. I think Perryman, a little bit tired here, gets a bit lazy. Should hit this, but doesn't. Out on the full. And here we go. Perryman, nice hands, fed out the contest. Again, like I said, how quickly can you get from ball to hand out to your teammate? Just an example there that if we can get that in the midfield from Perryman, then we're gonna be smooth sailing, aren't we? And that is pretty much Harry Perryman in a nutshell. If you guys want to watch more of him, go to the AFL app on your phone, search players, and there's individual highlights from every single game he's played since 2017. and get a feel for it. I just wanted to show you what you can expect from him. Maybe go to 2022, 2021 if you want to see what he's like in the midfield, but I wanted to get some recent footage of him, and that's what we've got from him. So because he hasn't been played in midfield, there's still a lot to be seen with this man, but we get a good idea of what we're getting from him. And I think it's just he's a hardworking man inside and out with some potential at age 26. We can get a little bit more from him. And I think he feels that as well. He wants that. He wants to see how much potential he has in the midfield. So we'll find out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Are you happy with this signing or are you not? Go Pies.